So since I have your attention, and you really don't have a choice, I want to share with you 5 points. 5 points to hold on to as you journey out from this room today. I don't think these 5 points, if you keep them close to your heart, that they will fail you. In fact, I think you will grow from them and you will become a leader, not only within your profession, but within the community that it so needs and desires. Chiropractic Unity, business education, doctor by example, support your profession, and pride in your alma mater. Those are the 5 points I'm going to talk to you briefly about. But who am I to tell you these 5 points? I have not written any books. I've not done any great research papers. I don't have a product line or a management company. I'm not a master politician. I'm not some great government person. I don't come from wealth, and I have never ran a Fortune 500 company. I'm certainly not the American success dream story. I am one of you 21 years later. That's all. Hard work, desire, perseverance, learning from my mistakes and the mistakes of others. Those are my credentials to back up these points. Remember, I'm just one of you 2 decades later. Chiropractic Unity. As you went through the educational process here, you already saw groups, people forming different techniques, and people are very opinionated as to this one's right, this one's wrong. There is nothing wrong with disagreeing amongst each other. There's nothing wrong with saying, I prefer this, I prefer that. But you have to keep it within this profession, within the colleagues. You have to support your colleagues. At the end of the day, the external people, public, sees you as only one thing, DC, Doctor of Chiropractic. So it is time, and I challenge this generation to go out and begin building bridges amongst each other so that we have stronger chiropractic unity. This is essential to build on this profession. I told you that you needed to continue this education, but you have to add to it a business education. Most of you will have to be in private practice. Whether you're an associate or a business owner, you have to be in private practice. These business learning does not occur at the college level. So many times I hear, they don't teach me enough about business. You can't in an educational system. It's something that has to be experienced. It's the business of medicine. It's the business of healthcare. How do you learn that? You learn that by listening to your elders in the profession. You learn that by networking, but whoever you associate with, you learn from them. There are many of us that have been before you. We've made mistakes. We're willing to share them with you. Listen to them. Notice I said I built on the mistakes I made and others made. Medicine, healthcare has become very, very complex, but it's not insurmountable. It does require some acumen. Whatever you do, don't pawn business learning off on your CA, on your CPA, or your attorney. They don't know it. You have to learn it if you're going to run your own practice. Doctor by example. I've told many times, well, you can't prescribe medicine. You don't do surgery. It's not that I can't. You have made a choice that you don't want to. We choose not to do prescription medicine. We choose not to do surgery. We choose that the body is at a higher level than we give it credit to be. But you have great challenges in using the body to heal itself and you to guide it along the way. That is that our public, our patients, keep getting lazier. Their lifestyles keep getting easier. And that is a great challenge you have. So not only do you talk to your patients about proper lifestyle, proper living, good health, but you've got to live that life also. Some of you in this audience who have known me long enough knew me when I did not live by that example. And I weighed over 250 pounds. And I had terrible cholesterol. And I decided to begin walking one day. 12 marathons later, several half marathons, countless 5Ks, 10Ks, I have a complete different lifestyle. That is an example of chiropractic, good health. We claim, our philosophy and your philosophy is that if a human being takes care of themselves and does the right thing, that they will be in good health. You're just their coach and manager along the way, but you've got to practice what you preach. Support your profession. I am currently the Texas Chiropractic Association president. It was fortunate to me that at the time of my presidency, a lawsuit is fixing to hit the courts. A lawsuit that claims, on behalf of the Texas Medical Association and the Texas Board of Medical Examiners, that you, a doctor of chiropractic, are not properly trained in the statutes. It says you cannot diagnose. This obviously is a ludicrous lawsuit. You've spent 3 years learning how to diagnose ailments of the human body so that you can appropriately treat and manage. This sounds on the surface like a very devastating lawsuit. And it could be if TMA, Texas Medical Association, prevailed in it. I do not feel they will prevail. We have been diagnosing for a long time. But what does this point to? This points to the fact that what you do is right and threatens other establishments of medicine, other establishments of healthcare. You do have that ability. We are going to defend that ability. But this type of attack on the chiropractic profession is not new. This has been going on for over 100 years. You knew that going in. You learned about it. You heard about the histories. It's not going away. It's not going away. You live in a competitive arena of healthcare, becoming shrink. The dollars in healthcare become the shrink. Everybody wants to widen their turfs. That's part of the arena you're walking into. You as an individual, you as a class, this institution by itself cannot fight that battle. We have to bind together. We have to unite as an association at the state levels, because there's state laws and regulations, and at the national level. This is a part of your career that becomes very challenging, because these are volunteer monies that you have to contribute. It's not a lot, but you got to remember to contribute. But you must look at your associations as your service agreement when you have a big piece of computer. That's what maintains your ability to practice. The reason why we face the challenges we do today in the Texas Chiropractic Association and the American Chiropractic Association is because of my first point, lack of unity. We need more unity. I don't care if you have differences amongst each other. Figure it out, work together. The people outside want to do more damage than you can do individually to yourself. So you must defend, you must contribute. You don't have a choice. You cannot do it alone. Finally, my last point is your alma mater, this institution. I've made my points of what I've been through in the school. And as you went through this school, you formulated your opinions. You were probably upset, happy, different points along the way. But it's imperative that graduates contribute back and strengthen the weaknesses you felt for the next graduates. You must support your brothers and sisters that are coming after you, working on that unity. You have to give back to your school, whether it's in money and time. Somehow you have to give a contribution back. If you do not contribute back, how do you expect this institution to grow and give you great pride in what you do? This is one of the big challenges that I have seen over the years, is getting graduates to give back and to support their school. And it doesn't have to, they're not looking for huge amounts of money. They're just looking that you remember and that you use the resources and contribute back. It is critical to do that. I have been associated with Texas Chiropractic College since 1986. In 1986, the school almost closed. And right now, you're standing in a Class 1 wonderful college system. And over the last 8 or 9 years, I've seen Dr. Broussard really grow this institution into a first-class College of Chiropractic. And it's not going to stop there. But they can't do it alone. I know the tuition's expensive. Don't compare your tuition to mine. That's not fair. Okay? But I know it's expensive. But as you succeed, and you will, the reason why you succeed is this was the foundation. You must remember who brought you to the dance floor. Well, you're about to take an oath. This oath will be in front of witnesses. This oath promises that you will and must do the best you can for your patients, for this profession, and for this school. This oath I take very seriously, and I ask you to do the same today and always. Well, that sounds easy, but it's not. Your commitment to your patients and to the chiropractic profession will be challenged every day. But you must know that this alma mater and alumni like myself are here, willing, able, and wanting to help you succeed in practice and throughout your career. Godspeed and good luck.